Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Day 1, March 23, 2021. So, I signed up for a membership, and this will be my first time going to a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym and training under some black belts and learning the material and executing it by drilling it and doing some free rolling. In the past, I've just done rolling with my friends, not really having the right guidance, and just practicing basic positioning, basic attacks, nothing really too complex. And the variety of my moves, the variety of all my moves were just basic, so and limited. So going to this new Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, I've already learned so much on day 1. So I'm going to share about what I learned and some fundamentals from them. So learned about the De La Riva, which is a way to basically, when they're standing up from your guard, you can control them by hooking your feet around their legs and performing sweeps from this position. I'm not going to go into too much detail about every single move because that would take a long time, just kind of covering what I learned. So I learned the basic sweep, dummy sweep variation, and the back wrap sweep from De La Riva. And then checking their base by having the grip on their wrists and feet on their hips and hoisting them up into the air, and then also learn how to throw them behind me and roll on top of them to get mount. Speaking of throws, learn the basic hip throw number 1, where you grab their elbow and grab the boat from around their back, and then you face away from them as you get in nice and close, stacking their weight on your shoulder and dropping them down, and then transitioning into an armbar. And then in armbar, we practice the specific techniques and progressions of how to secure it. One thing I learned about the armbar, 2 important things that I didn't know, was that you need to have their arm pressed against your body. You got to lean forward and pull back on it. Otherwise, it's just you muscling your arms rather than using your body weight. And the second key aspect is using your leg. If you wanted to try to pressure, let's say they're defending like this, you put a foot right here. You do not want to push the foot to make the arm go away. You just rest your foot there, because if you push the foot, their arm can slap your face really hard, and if it was a real life fight, you could probably get knocked out or get hurt from it. So that minimizes that slapping effect. They can also escape. I learned about how to grip the gi, so making a pocket and gripping down by inserting your thumb, creating space, and pulling down. That way you can pull on something rather than just trying to grip the uniform. And then we did some maneuvering techniques. So shrimping, scooting, standing up, falling backwards, and falling sideways. So just some basic ways to gain space and keep space away, just ways to protect yourself in maneuvering. And then we did some, this is one thing I found interesting, is whenever we were warming up, we were doing some neck rotation exercises to strengthen our neck muscles, which I thought was pretty great. And then positions, we did the combat stance. And I asked someone, a key detail about this is that it's good to have combat stance when you're doing the armbar and having them on their side. But if their back is flat on the ground, you don't want to do a combat stance where you have your knee on the ground, you have a foot up, and you're kind of sideways on them a little bit, because you become very weak and vulnerable. You can become easily thrown because you're so light on them. Some fundamentals I took away from the free rolling session were keep connections, don't be only defensive, must pressure the opponent, and don't hug when you're bottom out. So if you try to hug them or try to keep connected with them when you're on the bottom of mount, it just isolates your arms and you can get attacked. So overall, I'm very excited to go back for my second day. Planning to go Saturday, and met a lot of cool people, really genuine people, laid back environment, and I'm very excited. So I'll upload the second vlog after that's done.